Dear friends, today I want to share with you a secret that may completely change the course of your life. Sounds intriguing, doesn't it? Surely worth listening to. Because in our lives, anger is like a fire. It can burn everything to ashes in just a moment. But here's the surprising truth. You can extinguish this fire every morning through meditation. Yes, just like morning dew melts under the gentle touch of sunlight, anger melts away in the clarity of the mind. I often laugh and say, if you don't control anger, anger will control you. And then you stand like a driver whose hands have lost the steering wheel. Just imagine what a terrifying situation that could be. So now let us see how, with just a few minutes of morning meditation, we can dissolve anger as easily as ice melts into water. I will share with you 5 simple methods. These are not abstract philosophies. They are living truths rising from the depth of real human experience. 1. Hold on to your breath, not your anger. Have you noticed how your breath changes when anger rises? It becomes faster, shorter, your chest tightens as if a storm is raging inside. I'm about to tell you about a medicine that no pharmacy in the world can sell, yet it is freely available to you every dawn. That medicine is your breath. When anger rises, it feels as if a blazing fire is burning in your chest. Your mouth dries, your heartbeat races, your eyes turn red, your whole body becomes a volcano. But hidden inside this volcano lies a cool spring, and that spring is conscious breathing. Notice carefully, when anger erupts, your breath becomes short and rapid, almost suffocating. But when you are calm, your breath flows soft, smooth, long. That's why I always say, hold on to your breath, not your anger. At dawn, when the world is still half asleep, simply sit quietly. Do nothing. Just watch your breath. Coming, going. Coming, going. This simple act of watching can put out the fire of anger. A little humorous story here. A gentleman used to meditate every morning. One day, his wife came and said, "You never get anything right in life." Immediately, flames of anger shot up within him, smoke rising in his mind, eyes burning. But then he suddenly remembered, "Oh, today is breath watching day." So he smiled gently and replied, "Well, at least I'm getting my breath right." His wife burst into laughter, and that laughter melted his anger like ice in the sun. That is the true power of meditation. When anger rises, don't fight it. For adding fire to fire only creates more fire. Instead, turn to the breath. The breath is the cool river flowing within you, capable of melting all flames. Remember, friends, anger is not to be suppressed, it is to be dissolved. And the way to dissolve it is to sit each morning and watch your breath. You will soon realize, though anger may come, it cannot last, because in the river of breath, all fires eventually melt away. So I invite you, tomorrow morning, sit for at least 5 minutes and simply watch your breath. You'll see how the fire within you slowly turns into water. 2. See anger as a friend, not an enemy. Dear friends, today I want to introduce you to a strange companion of the heart, anger. We all know how anger behaves. Someone cuts us off in traffic, someone ignores our words, or a family member delays for just a moment and suddenly anger rings the doorbell and barges in. Usually we think of anger as bad, as an enemy, but I say no. Anger is actually a kind of teacher. It comes to you like a mirror, showing clearly, look, here is your attachment, here is your pride. Without anger, we might not notice where our inner chains are holding us tightly. Let me lighten it a little. Anger is like that friend who shows up at your door every day, shouting, "Hey, I'm back again." If you let him in, he'll mess everything up. But if you smile calmly and say, "Hello, my friend, today I will only watch you as my teacher from outside the door," then he cannot come inside to cause chaos. Imagine you're at the office. A colleague misunderstands your work, and instantly anger rises to your head. But in that moment, you pause, breathe deeply, and tell yourself, anger is here. This is not my enemy, it's my teacher. It's teaching me that my attachment to recognition is still strong. And just like that, anger begins to melt like water. You see, anger cannot be pushed away forcefully. That only fuels the fire. But if you welcome it as a friend and teacher, it loses its grip. The flames cool down. So from today, see anger not as an enemy, but as a teacher. Smile at it. Learn from it. Remember, anger only points to the door. Whether you allow it inside or not, that decision lies in your own hands. Life begins to transform the moment we stop fighting anger and start understanding it. Then anger can no longer devour us. Instead, it opens the doorway to the deepest freedom of the heart.
3. Make dawn your medicine. Dear friends, let me share with you yet another medicine. This medicine has no side effects, no price tag, yet its effectiveness is astonishing. And that medicine is dawn. Yes, make dawn your medicine. There is a mysterious healing power in the early morning air. The song of the birds is like a natural bell ringing to awaken you. Come, cleanse your heart. The cool breeze, the gentle sky, all softly whisper, this is a new day. You can begin again. Meditation is drinking that medicine. Sitting in silence at dawn, closing your eyes, your inner fire of anger, jealousy, tension that gathered overnight slowly begins to melt. It's like a piece of ice dissolving under sunlight. This is not just poetry, dear friends. This is real experience. There was once a farmer in a village. Every morning before sunrise, he sat by the river with closed eyes. One day, his curious son asked, "Father, what are you doing there?" The farmer smiled and replied, "Before the sun rises, I drown my anger. That's why by the time the sun comes up, I feel light and free." Imagine if all of us practiced like that, melting anger at dawn before it had a chance to grow. What a different life it would be. Friends, I'm not saying anger will never come again. Anger will come, but if you make dawn your doctor, anger cannot enslave you. Instead, you'll be able to say, "Come, my friend, I'll melt you here in the morning light." And here's another delightful truth. Morning meditation not only dissolves anger, but also melts away fatigue. You feel as if someone has installed fresh batteries inside your mind. Work becomes lighter, family life more peaceful, the entire day brighter. So do not neglect dawn. Waking up only to turn off the alarm and fall back asleep is like cheating yourself out of your own happiness. Spend just 10 minutes in morning meditation. You'll discover that those 10 minutes of peace will protect you like a shield throughout the day. So, dear friends, make dawn your medicine. Dissolve anger in the morning light, and you'll walk through the day lighthearted, free, and filled with joy. 4. Hold up the mirror of gratitude. Dear friends, let us speak openly for a moment. Anger. Oh, anger. It is like an uninvited guest in our lives, one that arrives precisely when we least want it, when things don't go our way, or when our expectations are broken. At times, it even feels as if life itself is mocking us. Think of it. You wake up in the morning, spill the milk while making tea, or get stuck in the elevator just when you're in a rush. In that instant, you feel this couldn't possibly get any worse. And before you realize it, anger has quietly taken a seat in your heart. But friends, anger is not the enemy. Anger is in fact a teacher. It offers us the opportunity to learn how to remain calm, how to practice patience, and how to take life lightly. During your morning meditation, remind yourself, today I am alive. Today I'm breathing. Light surrounds me. I still have another chance. Friends, these are not just words. This is a magical habit. Closing your eyes, breathing deeply, and holding up the mirror of gratitude, this is how the fire of anger gradually cools. Let me share a story. There was a businessman who meditated every morning. One day, he was overwhelmed with fury because his partner had betrayed him. Sitting in silence, he thought, should I let this destroy everything? Then he reminded himself, no, I'm still alive. I have a family. My body is healthy. Can one man steal away my joy? When he finished his meditation, he realized that anger had been pulling at him like roots buried deep in the ground. But now he could see the betrayal not as a curse, but as a lesson. So, dear friends, remember, trying to suppress anger is meaningless. Instead, through meditation and gratitude, remind yourself, I am alive. I am at peace. My peace belongs only to me. Then, even if the outer world is restless, the inner river remains still. So each morning, sit for a few minutes in meditation. Smile gently at yourself. Let anger come, let it go. You remain steady, breathing, grateful. And you will see anger dissolving just like morning dew fading away in sunlight.
5. Make small vows and witness great change. My friends, anger is like that guest who arrives suddenly, sometimes flooding our morning calm with fire. But did you know, this fire can be extinguished by our own hands? All it takes is a touch of awareness and one small daily habit. If, upon waking, we learn to recognize anger, it can change the entire direction of our day. Imagine this. You wake up, face household pressures, traffic jams, or your mischievous cat knocking things over. Each could spark your anger. But if, in that very moment, you pause for even a single minute, take a deep breath and calm your mind, anger itself melts away, like ice under the morning sun. Here's a real example. One of my friends made a small vow each morning. Today, I will melt my anger into water. At first, he failed. Anger came, and sometimes it ruined his whole morning. But he persisted. Each day he reminded himself, today I will not wound anyone. Today I will smile. After a few months, something remarkable happened. His friends began to notice. You've become so much calmer, they said in surprise. It was just a small vow, a small step, but the transformation was enormous. Friends, it is not only about breathing or making vows. It is also about seeing anger as a teacher. When anger comes, don't lash out. Pause and ask, is this teaching me something? Most often, behind anger, you will discover fear, fatigue, or pride. Don't treat it as an enemy. See it as a teacher. And yes, add a touch of humor. If someone annoys you in the morning, think, today they are my teacher, here to teach me patience. You will feel the flames of anger cooling as if raindrops were falling upon a fire. So friends, each morning, meditate, hold on to your breath, treat anger as your teacher, and make small vows for yourself. Anger will gradually dissolve, and from those tiny seeds of practice, a great tree of peace will grow within you. Always remember, small vows bring great change. Friends, morning meditation is not just about sitting with closed eyes. It is a revolution, an inner revolution of the heart. If you can dissolve anger each morning into water, your days will become lighter, brighter, more beautiful. Always remember, holding on to anger is like grasping a burning coal, expecting someone else to be burned. So why hold the fire at all? Sit in meditation, watch your breath, embrace the dawn. Be grateful, take small vows, and then anger will no longer be fire. It will become water, and your life, it will flow like a river, calm, moving, and free.